Hi, I'm Michael Forrest and I made Video Pencil, and now I'm going to show you how to set it up on Windows. So we're going to need a virtual camera with NDI support. We're going to use OBS for the virtual camera, and we're going to add an NDI plugin. So OBS is a free app that lets you create a virtual camera, so make sure you download it from obsproject.com. So we're going to download it, we're going to install it, and we're going to say yes, 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 and get that on your computer. So this is for streamers and things, but like it also has a create virtual camera, which we can use in any video software, like Zoom or Teams or whatever. So once that's downloaded, I'm just going to launch it, and you can sort of see how that looks to start with. And you see here, I'm only going to be using it for the virtual camera, and you can change your mind later, but like this is sort of gives you an option here. So the next thing we're going to do is think about NDI. So NDI is a way for devices to send video over a network. This is how you're going to connect Video Pencil to your PC. And it's going to take 3 steps to set up. Step 1, we're going to download the NDI Runtime. Step 2, we're going to download the OBS plugin. And step 3, we're going to allow network access, so your iPad can be found on the network. For the first 2 steps, we're going to go over to the NDI plugin page. So this is called Distro AV. So we'll go onto here, and you can see it's got a little bit of information about how the NDI Runtime is separate from the NDI plugin. So we come down to the Distro AV GitHub page and have a look for the NDI Runtime, which is down here. So you click on that, that's going to take you to download, and then just make sure you whatever. I don't know what your computer looks like, but I had to sort of bypass that stuff. So yeah, then that's an installer that you can double click. Just make sure you verify this stuff yourself. Don't just do what I say just because I say. Just make sure that that's trusted. Just satisfy yourself. But once that's installed, that's going to allow you to use NDI. And then the next step is going to be to find that OBS plugin. So again, you're going to be on that installation page. You're going to look for releases, which was down there, and then go onto the releases page and then do a bit of scrolling past all the stuff. And then down the bottom, you're going to see checksums if you want to make sure, but there's a Windows x64 installer right there. So download that. And once that's downloaded, you'll double click on that, and you're going to be able to install the plugin. So this is the OBS NDI plugin, and I guess it's going to be called not OBS NDI anymore. It's going to be called whatever that new name is. And now that takes us to the third step of getting the virtual camera set up, which is to set up network access. So we're going to need to open up some ports to allow the iPad to be discovered on the network. So first go to Windows Firewall, and then we're going to go into Advanced Settings. And we are going to make 4 rules. So to create a rule, how do we do that? So over here you have inbound rules, and once you've clicked on inbound rules, you can create new rule over here. We click on inbound rules, we click on new rule. That takes us to here. So we're going to open a port. We're going to go next. We're going to select UDP. So first we want, so you see we've got inbound UDP, outbound UDP. So first we'll do the UDPs. So you can just select UDP. You can type in those numbers for the port range. And these are basically the ports that NDI uses. So if we just call that NDI inbound, it should probably be called NDI inbound UDP. So we've done that first one. We're going to click on outbound, new rule, and do the same. Open ports. New port rule next. Again, UDP, this is outbound this time. Put those numbers in there. Next. Well, allow the connection, and then go next. And just make sure that's all on, and then give it a name. NDI outbound. Next, finish, and now we're going to do the TCP. So back to inbound, click new rule, port, next. Leave that on TCP this time, and put in the port numbers. Allow the connection. Okay, next. NDI, I'm going to call that inbound TCP. And then we're going to next go outbound rules, new rule, and this is going to be the 4th one, outbound TCP. And we're again port, select the port, go next, put in the port numbers, same port numbers every time, and go next, and say allow the connection. So this is now going to sort of open up those ports. If you know more about networking, if you have secure, like you can sort of narrow that down if you want, but if you're just on your home network, then I wouldn't worry too much about locking that down quite so much, although don't quote me on that. And then the next thing we want to do is make sure that network discovery is on, and I just got this banner, so I just turned on network discovery in Explorer. So yes, turn it on. I don't know if that needs to be public or private, but this worked for me. So then now I can see all the stuff on my local network. and we're ready to start setting up OBS, knowing that it's going to find Video Pencil. So OBS is where we're going to create our virtual camera. So we need to do two things. One is set up the webcam layer, and then we're going to set up the Video Pencil overlay. So we're going to create two layers in our scene in OBS so that we can see the camera like this, and then we can see whatever Video Pencil's doing overlaid over the top. So first we'll create a new capture device. Select your webcam. So I'm going to call that webcam. I'm going to select USB video. So that was already selected. And then I'm just going to fill the screen. You can use Control F. And then that's going to set up your webcam layer. So you see, like, here's my webcam. There it is in sources. Next, we're going to go and create an NDI source. So NDI source, call that Video Pencil, and click OK. And now you're going to select, this is Video Pencil running on the iPad. So make sure the iPad is running. I've drawn a little picture to just confirm that that's running, and then I'm just going to make sure that fits the screen again. And now we have two layers. We have Video Pencil on top, we have webcam behind. Video Pencil is automatically transparent because it's sending a transparent NDI layer. That's the Video Pencil part. Make sure it's running, otherwise it won't show up. But if you want to see where you're drawing, you're going to want to make sure that you turn on the output in OBS. So we're going to go up to that menu, Tools, NDI, turn on that main output, and now you can see on the iPad I can select OBS. So you see there, I am seeing the output of my virtual camera on my iPad so that I know exactly where I'm drawing. And now you can just click Start Virtual Camera over here. So I've clicked it there and that's running. Now, whenever you want to use it in Zoom, Teams or whatever, you just set that up to be OBS Virtual Camera in whatever streaming software, and you're going to have a Video Pencil. So you see here I can draw, and note that sometimes you're going to see it mirrored because it's sort of easier to use a webcam when it's flipped like that. But often you might, if you're using Video Pencil, you might want to just flip that around. Your audience will still see it the right way around, but you might want to see it the right way around as well in Zoom. So you can usually like mirror that again, so that and it just means you have to learn to move your head the opposite way you'd expect, which I got the hang of a long time ago. But that is setting up Video Pencil on Windows. It might seem like a lot, but that's only the first time. And then in future, you just make sure you've selected OBS. Well, you have to fire up OBS every time, start the virtual camera and grab your iPad. And then you're going to be able to draw in Zoom, Teams. And you're just going to have a wonderful time with Video Pencil. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you have any questions and if you have any issues following it this way. I'm not really a Windows user, but I sort of figured this out with one of my customers and just filmed that on a virtual machine just to sort of get some footage. If you have questions, come to squares.tv/discord, and we have a community of people down there that you can join and ask questions, and maybe we can have a little Windows area there as well if you want that. All right, thanks very much. Bye.